Hi guys, it's Rocko here. Welcome back to another LunaClassic Spaces. In today's Spaces, we talk about USTC Repeg in a lot of detail. We have two of the most key members in the LunaClassic ecosystem that will help us support with the Repeg, Leonardo and Redline. Redline talks about making money, so having focusing on a stablecoin that makes money is more important than burning, minting and hype. He makes some really good points. I recommend you listen to that. And then we also get an update from Leonardo. He came up with the ceramic repeg plan, so we also have an update from him and then discussion between them, and hopefully they continue these discussions. These spaces are meant to bring people together, a weekly session where we can keep the community engaged for the bull market. So if you enjoy the content, guys, do hit that like button, subscribe, just comment, LunaClassic to the moon, USDC Repeg, I hate Rocko. It really helps, more people watching this, keeping the community engaged. If you're holding LunaClassic, want to see USTC Repeg, do your bit for the community as well. One warning, guys, there were some audio issues on Twitter Spaces, especially from my end. For some reason, Twitter didn't record my voice that very clearly, so apologies for that. There's not much I can do because we re-record the Twitter Spaces at a later date and post it on YouTube, so apologies for that, but do make it through, especially listen to the Redline and Leonardo's USDC Repeg plan. We also have updates from Juris, Selenium, Terport and lots of other cool stuff that's happening in the ecosystem. So if you enjoy the content, guys, like I said, hit that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys again with another Spaces next week, and we do still do the weekly YouTube videos where I summarize everything in a 10-minute period. If you want the longer form content, the raw conversations, what's happening inside the world of LunaClassic, give this Spaces a listen, and I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much.
Well, to be honest, crypto market looks okayish, I guess. Bitcoin is flying above 100K, right? So that's nice to see. US seems to slowly start to get into crypto hype. And I've noticed with some friends and family that they've kept asking about crypto recently. Can you guys give me 2 minutes? I have to open the door. Somebody's joining me. Just one.
Cool. We'll move on to Rexy, Leonardo, and then Redline. Rexy, how you doing?
Yeah, doing much better. Thank you very much. It's turning into an interesting start to the year with crypto and with what's happened with the US presidency and so on, isn't it?
Yes. I think last Spaces we discussed a lot on Trump meme coins, more than our usual. But no, it's been fun. In terms of LunaClassic ecosystem, any updates from you? Things you want to talk about today?
Yeah, and I'm going to have to give my apologies because I think probably I might only be able to make it for about the first half hour to 3/4 an hour of the Spaces. So I'll put that in advance. So if I nip out, it's nobody said anything to upset me. I've just got a prior appointment, unfortunately.
Sorry, Rexy, just to stop. I've just been told people can't hear me.
I can hear you. Well, I can hear you.
Redline,
I don't know if people can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you perfect. Yeah.
I think what often seems to happen is that some people can hear each other in the Spaces, but other people can only hear their kind of group. So it's nearly like you have like two separate groups. And if you're trying to talk across each group, you'll get this kind of issue where you can't hear each other. It seems quite bizarre. It needs sorting out, to be honest, doesn't it?
A few people are saying my mic is buggy. But I mean,
usually I just log out and log in if I'm having an issue here on anybody, and that usually sorts it for me rather than it being the host.
Yeah, that's what I normally do.
If you could do that, please. If you could rejoin, because I mean, other people seem to be here. It seems to be able to get from me. Okay, Rexy, yeah, give us an update from you, then we'll go to Leonardo, then Redline.
Yeah, okay, thank you. It's so just with my Terport kind of hat on, if you like, over the next week or two. There should be some new kind of releases coming out. We haven't hyped them up too much or anything like that, but the things that have been worked on for quite some time. So one of them is the bridge. So we've had a bridge within Terport for, I don't know, maybe 9 months, maybe even getting on for a year, but we've never kind of opened it up for the public use. And the reason being is that it wasn't easy to use. And we think that if you want people to adopt crypto and you want people to be able to get into LunaClassic and move their coins in and be able to, invest in projects around the ecosystem, you've got to reduce the barriers and remove them. And I think technology and the ease of use in it is a massive barrier to adopting crypto. So that's why we've held back. However, we've got a pretty good UI that's been created now. It's super easy to use. And on the back of that, it links across to many different ecosystems as well, including Solana and BNB and many others. And the other element is that we've got a wallet that will be released shortly, and it's currently being beta tested by a group of about 150 people. There's been no faults reported with it. It's really smooth, and it's super easy to use as well. I just, when I first kind of looked at it, I just got into it, started using it. I thought, bloody hell, nobody needs to walk me around it. So if that's me, then pretty much anybody's got a good chance of just, providing you've got a little bit of an idea, I guess, about Web3. I will put that caveat in there. If your granny who's never even heard of crypto as a go, I mean, she's going to be struggling like anybody, but then she'll probably struggle to use a mobile phone. So providing you've got a little bit of technological kind of experience, I think you'll find it super easy to use. And I think that's going to have the bridge within it as well, but also something within it that I think is fantastically important, and it will need further development. I don't know whether it'll come out with this release, I think, but whether it'll be fully developed within this release is it's going to have an ecosystem explorer in it. So therefore you'll be able to go there and you'll be able to link to all the different other kind of apps that are within the ecosystem and websites and things like this, so that it makes it super easy for other builders to actually have eyes on them. Because my big belief within the ecosystem and LunaClassic and helping Lunc to actually thrive and get adopted and used and, to create demand is it needs to be a thriving large ecosystem. And for that to happen, people have got to see it. So it's all right, lots of us working to make, pretty good little separate applications, but every application has to promote every other application, so that to a newcomer coming in, they don't just think they've stumbled across something that's working in isolation. They stumbled across the edge of a massive new ecosystem. And that's what will convince people that it's useful to actually get into LunaClassic, in my opinion, of course.
Cool. Thanks for the update, Rexy. Leonardo, you're next. How you doing, mate?
Hey, I'm doing okay, thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Guys, if you can't hear us, just do comment below or DM me. I'll try to. Well, I can't do much because I'm the host. You just have to come back and rejoin. I can get the speaker to rejoin. Yeah, how you been, Leonardo? I think last time we spoke, the Ceramic launched the white paper. We had
I'm okay, thanks. I mean, thanks very much for the invitation for today. I just thought I'd come on, give you guys a quick update. Not much of an update, I suppose, but and also if anyone's got any questions, I'll stick around. I'm more than happy to answer them. From my side, since I was last on, the white paper had kind of like just been released, and we were taking feedback, from the community. I think since that call, there was a slight revision to the white paper. And we put a call to action out to look for developers to be able to implement Ceramic's plan. Now, the good news is, we are talking to a development team about implementation of, Ceramic's plan. Things might be quiet from an outside perspective, but internally, I'm quite busy at the moment. We're quite maxed out, actually, pulling stuff together and literally, putting the technicals together so we can make an announcement and push forwards. Now, I'm hoping to give an update to everyone. Well, I'll give everyone an update anyway, irrelevant of where we are at the beginning of February. But it's looking positive, because you need the developers to be able to implement this. I mean, this is a big ask for us, right? I mean, what I guess our vision is, our long-term goal is, we want to create a billion-dollar protocol, which is huge. I mean, we want to harness, right? For us, the stable market is going to be so big. in crypto. Now, to give you guys some feeling for it, I mean, there are projections, that in 5 years, stablecoin's piece of the entire crypto market will be something like 2.8 trillion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I need to visualize numbers, right? These numbers are kind of like meaningless, right? Billions, trillions, gazillions. And for me, I mean, if you ask ChatGPT, if you had 2.8 trillion and you shared it with everybody on the planet, how much would they get? They'd get $350 each, right? Everybody on the planet. That's huge, right? That's huge. That's what analysts are predicting the stablecoin market to be. We think that within any ecosystem, right, within the crypto space, it will need a stablecoin, and that's the objective. Now, we've had a few weeks now, okay, with the white paper out in circulation. We've had many people review it. We've had lots and lots of positive feedback from it, which is great. Okay, and I think something that was really important to us, and that something that is resonating right with the feedback that we've had, is what we're doing with USTC. Okay, it's something that that we've embraced. It's something that is kind of fundamental to what we're trying to achieve. Okay, and it's something that I mean, it's a debt, right? It's a debt that we have to clear. Well, the way we've structured it, okay, in which you can swap stake for it, it doesn't happen immediately. Okay, we're slowly eating to that. And as the collateral basket, as the CMM grows, okay, so more and more, okay, of more and more new USTC will be minted. Okay, and the only way to get that is through USTC. So that will have a positive impact on today's USTC, and that's been really well received. And it's something that that we're quite proud of. So that's it, really. I mean, I might be quiet at the moment, not have much to say, but internally we're pretty maxed out. Okay, pulling everything together. Things going okay, and hopefully by the beginning of February, okay, I'll the update that I'll give you will be really positive. By that I mean, okay, I'll confirm the team, okay, that we've got working with Ceramic, okay, to implement the white paper, and at the same time share some details, okay, with regards to the rollout plan. Essentially what we're going to be doing, okay, is we were quite open, right, with regards to the plan, the white paper, what it entailed. Well, now we need to drill down into the technicals on how we're going to do it. We won't have much time for discussion here. Okay, it will literally be a case of once we've confirmed what we're going to be doing, okay, we'll literally publish and then go to a governance vote within a week. Okay, so we can move forwards on this quickly. The thing that I will say, okay, is when people say, well, how long is it going to take? It's not going to take years. It's going to take months. A lot of the fundamentals have already been created, which is great, so we're not starting from scratch. And also as well, okay, it's, when you'll see the plan in more detail, you'll see that, that there's a ton of testing to be done as well. Okay, and that'll be done in conjunction with the rollout, and it'll be done in stages, right? So that's kind of it from me.
Thanks, Leonardo. Guys, if you guys have any questions, do comment below. I think USTC and actually Juris airdrop are the two most common questions I get on YouTube comments or on Twitter. So Leonardo, thanks for the update. So I guess the main key point is building that team, so the development team that can implement the proposal or the idea that you've shared in the white paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a big plus, right? I mean, when I first spoke, okay, that was a big hole that we had, right? We had the plan, but we had no one to implement it. Well, since we spoke, okay, we have a team, okay, with the capabilities to be able to, work in conjunction with Ceramic, okay, to be able to turn this stuff into reality. So, positive step forwards. We're working. We'll keep everyone updated as soon as we can. Yeah.
Can I ask if the team would be willing, or like, would you request money from the community Oracle pools, or is it a team that is self-funded? They're looking to,
Oh, no. This will have to be, okay, this will have to be a proposal, okay, that will go to governance, okay, because what we're planning on building will be community owned, okay? It won't be, owned by an individual or an entity. This is a community funded project. I mean, it's a stablecoin, right? Stablecoin doesn't belong to anyone in particular. Stablecoin belongs to the ecosystem and it should be owned by the ecosystem. So, that's the intent. Now, with a stablecoin, right, there's also maintenance and development that comes with it, and we'll encompass that as well. So, the kind of framework that we're thinking about is something along the lines of a governance proposal will be made, okay, to support the development of USTC while revitalizing the old USTC. But then at the same time, okay, we're talking about potentially, I don't know, a maintenance contract as well. Okay, that will go towards looking after the stablecoin and developing it as well, because what we're talking about here, okay, is is $1 billion ecosystem. Okay, that's what we're building for, right? We're not this way. The way this kind of works, right, is it's not really something that you just kind of, the infrastructure grows as the coin grows. You have to have that in place on day one, and that's what we're essentially working to. So, in answer to your question, it'll be community funded. We'll put a proposal in, okay, because it'll be community owned, okay, and in conjunction with that, I can envisage some kind of maintenance and development contract that goes with it, because this isn't the kind of asset, this isn't the kind of token that's kind of like a free for all, right? That you develop it, you leave it, everything's happy, something goes wrong, shit, we need some help. Who's going to do it? Or I don't know, can anyone help? And we're talking potentially like hundreds of millions of dollars here, okay, if we get this right. So, we have to have the infrastructure in place to be able to support that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, my feedback would be I've supported, I mean, Redline would know previous Repeg plans, and I'll support you as well, Leonardo, because, USTC Repeg, listening to these spaces is one of the key things that still keeps me interested on chain, and I stand by what I say that for LunaClassic to be, top 20, 30 coin again, I think we need to do something with USTC, unless there's completely new DApp, Juris or another project that just completely takes over, not just in our ecosystem, the wider crypto ecosystem. I think USTC is our best bet, so I'll support it. But when it's like a community pool proposal, I get what you call it. People attack me. I'm part of the scam. I'm trying to take money from the community. But hey, I think I'll let people decide. I'll try and support, like yourself, and other people that are building on LunaClassic. But yeah, I'm just saying there could be a bit of a backlash, probably more towards you guys. But I also get some of that as well, because people say, people said I was part of the Red Lines and Fafi and Alex's team taking money from community pool and all those stuff. But like I said, I'll support you. I hope you can make it happen. I look forward to get more updates from you in February.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that, I mean, it's ultimately it's whether the community want a stablecoin or not, and everything that goes with it. So yeah, I mean, it'll be a governance vote. It'll go down to a governance vote, and then we'll have the details. I mean, we'll ultimately we'll go with whatever the decision that the community decide to make, but it'll be compelling, right? We feel confident about this because when you drill down into the detail, when you look at the white paper, okay, literally, if you look at the entire ecosystem, if it's purely from a financial perspective, from a financial gain perspective, okay, then it makes sense. It makes sense if you're a validator. it makes sense if you're an investor to be able to support the plan. Where it doesn't make sense, okay, is when it turns into an emotional argument. Yeah, where it goes beyond business. Yeah. So then we have an issue, right? But then I would say, okay, is that the proposal or is that more, the Lunc community? Because when we put this forwards, it'll be purely from a from a benefit perspective. So we feel confident that there's a benefit for everybody in this space. Hence the reason why we're confident with a community proposition. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Leonardo. We'll move on to Redline. Guys, if you have any questions, if Leonardo sticks around, you can ask him. Leonardo, your thoughts on USTC, then we'll go back to Juris.
My thoughts on USTC, what do you mean?
Sorry, I was going to be a question for Redline. Redline, your thoughts on what Leonardo just said?
So I suppose my thoughts on USDC are kind of changing the more I'm looking at it. I don't know if you saw my post during the week, but like with all the Repeg proposals that we've done, my own included, like we've been super focused on holding the peg of what we have with no assets to do it. Like, so it's generally relied on like heavy taxation or a third party or something like that to hold peg for us. But if you look at the stablecoin business itself, like it's a quite profitable business. Like Tether and Circle, like they make billions of dollars. Like Tether made more than BlackRock did in profit last year, and nearly double what they made in profit. And I was kind of looking at like the level of debt we have with USTC. Like even if you were to back it to market price, like you're still talking $100 million. Like that's money that we just don't have and would be quite difficult for us to generate on chain. So I was thinking, if we look at what Tether's doing, right, and how they make money, and maybe if we try to do something similar in a decentralized manner, we could potentially make a lot of money doing it. So if you look at what made Luna and USTC successful in the first place, so retail was a part of it, but I think the biggest part of it was actually you had a lot of people putting bigger money into Anchor for the 20% yield. Because for a lot of people, they were thinking if you put in 200 or 300 grand into that, that's kind of money you could live off when you're retired. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd be comfortable at it. And a lot of people were doing that, and that's where some people lost a lot of money. But the yield was 20%. Like that's what drove Luna to success. Now we know that Stablecoin was literally just funding that from it. Like it wasn't sustainable yield. Like he was constantly refilling Anchor to give out that yield. So what I was thinking is if we look at what Tether is doing now, so how they make their money is like they invest in bonds and they actually loan out money, and that's how they make their money. Now, being decentralized, we can't do that because we don't have dollars that sit in the bank. So basically, like when you buy a USDT, you hand them their dollars and they issue a USDT, but that dollar that's sitting in their bank account, they make it work for them, and that's how they make their profit. So I was thinking if we did something similar, like say for instance, now it would involve either isolating USTC and starting with EUTC or issuing a new UST in the interim. But like if you were to just issue a new USD and back it with the current stablecoins on the market, like USDT or USDC, which are fully backed anyway, it means that we'd be compliant, number one, right? But you can generate yields of like 20% fairly handily on if by just liquidity providing on USDT and USDC pairs, like on those pools. And I think like the last 6 months it was generating 19% average. So like if you look at that, like you're really not far away from what Anchor was generating, just literally by just providing liquidity, and that's sustainable yield.
Which pools?
If you look at the Uniswap pool there, the V3 pool.
think that was 20% for USDT, USDC. I'll have to check it again. I thought it was lower than that.
It was, I think when I checked the average there, it was 19% over the last 6 months. Like, it fluctuates kind of between 3-4%, but like it goes up as far as 30-odd%. And even if you look at like USDE, USDT, like that can go as high as 56% at times. But like I think the average over the last 6 months was about 19%. But even at that, right? Like, we need to have a reason for people to buy our stablecoin. Like, what is if we were to say just like, what is the purpose of buying USTC now or UST? Like, there's no good reason to buy it at the moment when you compare it to other stablecoins. Like, if you were to store value, you wouldn't put it into USTC, you'd put it into USDT or USDC at the moment because they're actually backed. But like, so what I was thinking is if we reissued EUTC or UST, but backed it with stablecoins. So basically, you'd sell new UST for the equivalent one-to-one value in USDC or USDT, right? But then what you do is you offer a yield share with it. So say, for instance, by just having UST in your wallet, like say we offered a 50-50 split. So say, for instance, you were able to get 9.5 to 10% yield just by owning UST. I mean, something like that would provide incentive for people to actually hold it. It means that people are generating, it's more than you generate in a bank, if that makes sense, and it's fully backed, so it's relatively risk-free. So I was thinking if you try to grow that way, like it's a sustainable model, it grows, it makes money, and like you've the potential to make hundreds of millions of dollars if you do grow it big enough. But it was basically, for me, this is maybe how Terra should have started originally, was start fully backed and then allow Luna to swap in as you over collateralized or something like that and do it safely and sustainably. Like at the end of the day, that's what we kind of want, isn't it? We want the Terra ecosystem, but a sustainable version of it, basically. So I think the only way to do that is to probably restart in a safe manner, but do it in a way that you're making good money and then use those profits to either buy back the old USTC or give people maybe USTC holders a percentage of the yield. Like, this is just an idea. I haven't put anything concrete into this yet, but I do think we need to think of USTC as a product, and it is a business. Like, if we can't sell it, it needs to sell itself. You know what I mean? If that makes sense to you. Like, if you had a choice between USDT, which provides you zero yield, or UST, which was backed by USDC, but provides you 10% yield, what would you put your money into? Like, I'd buy UST then. And I'm sure a lot of other people would do the same. That's kind of just my way of thinking. I think we, like, as a community, need to maybe focus on making money and use that money for recovery. Do you know what I mean? And at the same time, we're all winning along the way then, because as you over collateralize, you could maybe allow a percentage of Lunc to swap into to burn down the supply, or you could buy out Lunc. But the thing is, you're making money and good money. So at the moment, the chain, we're running downhill all the time. We're running loss making. The Oracle pool is getting ever lower, and there's going to be a point at which, like, validators are going to start. You know, the staking rewards won't be incentive enough for people to come here anymore. Like, we've good APR at the moment, but like over the next 2 years, that's going to get, I'd say, less than half. It'll be down to a quarter or a third, and that is a problem people don't see. So, like, we need to, in advance of that, be making money so that in 2 years' time, we're refilling that again. I just think we need to really try have a hard think about how we can use our ecosystem, like treat it like a business, and how we can make it attractive for people to come here. For me, like, if you can provide a fully backed token, which is a stable token, and provide yield on it, like, that gives us a competitive edge with other tokens. Like, with every other stable coin, you have to, like, generally you have to stake it to get yield on it. Now, I think Circle are providing some sort of yield, I think, towards our coin is about 3 or 4% just for holding. But like, we just need to find ourselves a competitive edge, you know, and a way to make money. And the big money will come then. you know, like 10% mightn't seem a lot to somebody who's throwing €100 in or €200 in, but somebody who's throwing €1,000,000 in, you know, 10% is okay. Like,
Yeah. Redline, I totally hear what you're saying, right? I mean, you know, what you've kind of described in a way, right, is the CMM module. You know, it's the fact that the new stablecoin, okay, that we're proposing will be backed by, you know, USDT, BNB, ETH, BTC, and like Lunc. And just by backing the stablecoin with those assets, it's exactly as you say, right? It'll generate profit, and then that profit can be used in a number of different ways. So, yeah, I totally hear what you're saying. I kind of agree. Yeah, it's great.
yeah, and like I'd even say, like, even if you're using, like, I don't know, are you using a CDP model where you'll be over collateralized, and that's where I think maybe it might be a mistake in that, because if you do that, you're essentially giving a loan, and your collateral asset, you know, nobody's going to give you. You're not going to be able to sell $1 for 150. You might be able to loan it where somebody's putting up 150% collateral, but they're still able to get their collateral back. So the only way I could see that we'd be able to sell a token and do it safely is we'd have to be backed by stablecoins 1-to-1 initially. But what we do is, as we generate the yield, you could then move more into decentralized assets. Do you know if that makes sense? Do you know, because at least you're doing it safely then, because you're over collateralized. Whatever the volatile asset is, then it doesn't matter. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You're
I
always
mean,
fully
something to add
backed.
to that is, so yeah, I mean, something to add to that as well, actually, is you know, one of the reasons why, okay, you know, we've the way we've modeled it, okay, we've gone with the 150%, is because, you know, there's ecosystem rewards as well, right? There's rewards if you stake, so there's an incentive for, you know, people to you know, stake their USTC, for instance, okay, and, you know, wherever you engage, you know, with the protocol is an opportunity to earn money, right? So, you know, there's and that's the way it's kind of structured, right? Okay, the 150% isn't just a one-for-one peg the stablecoin, it's also to cover the different rewards that we want to be able to offer, you know, the investor, and that's through, say, staking, for instance, yeah, or yeah, through staking as an example. But yeah, there needs to be an incentive as well. See, there needs to be an incentive. It's like you said, right? Okay, why would you invest in this? Yeah, why? Well, you'd invest in it for financial reward. You know, that's one of the sort of key facets of Ceramic's plan, right? Is people invest in this not because it's the right thing to do, not because we're fixing something. It's because it's an opportunity to actually make some money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I get that, but so, like, if you look at stable coins in general, right? As much as people say that, like I'm suggesting it be a yield-bearing asset, like, primarily what they're used for is just a store of value. Like, people just use it to off-ramp from whatever token they're into an exchange and store that value there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So if you were, say you have $1 million in assets, right? Or say 1.5 million, because you're going to over collateralize 150%, right? By going in an over collateralized model, say, your assets are at risk. It's not a store of value, if that makes sense to you, unless you can produce enough yields that you can guarantee to, you know, outstrip the volatility all the time, which it's a hard guarantee to make, you know, especially in crypto. So what I'd be saying is, if it's a store of value, like if you're fully backed 1-to-1 with stable coins to begin with, then from the outset, you've a store, you know, you're guaranteeing the value for whatever that person puts in there, whether it's €1 million or 1.5 million euros, it's backed. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you put in volatile assets to try store value, you risk losing it. Do you understand? So there's a higher risk in the 150% model than there is in the 100% model. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, that's why you kind of spread it out, right? That's why you know, the 150% backing the stablecoin is made up of, you know, different assets, right? What's made up with, you know, BTC, ETH, BNB. Okay, so you're kind of spreading the risk. You know, you're also benefiting from the growth as well, right? Because these assets we think are going to just, you know, they're going to increase in value, right, over time. So yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, I mean, you're right about stable coins, right? Because during the bear market, okay, you know, when the price of, you know, BTC and other assets was dropping, what were people doing, right? They were just converting their BTC to stable coins, right? And then when you know, the market swung the other way, they would just kind of like switch back, right? It's their safety net. But and I hear what you're saying, right? Okay, what you're saying, well, if the assets backing the collateral are crypto related and they drop, then, you know, how much backing is there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think we just need to think about what the stablecoin product really is, and you know what it's mostly used for. Like, and mostly it's just used as a purely as a store of value. So, like, if people go onto an exchange or on the DEX or whatever, and they trade, they think the price of BTC is going down, they want to be able to swap into a stable coin and know that that value is held there so they can buy back cheaper. But like, if you were to swap into a stable coin that was, say, heavily backed by BTC, that value is going to go down as BTC goes down, if that makes sense. So like, if we're want to take what is the stablecoin market, right? Like I know, originally the original plan for Terra was remittance payments, and that was the primary use case. But if we look at what crypto, the stablecoin market is used for, and what they're actually used for, it's literally just a store of value. You know, for trading on exchanges and dexes. That's essentially what it is, a digital store of value. And if we want to capture that market, like, I think the best way to do that is to guarantee a store of value, but give something that other people aren't. Do you know what I mean? And if you provide yield for absolutely no reason whatsoever, like, people don't have to stake, they don't have to do anything. Like, can you imagine if you were on Binance and every time you swapped into UST, you know, from trading back, you knew that that was still gaining money all the time. You were gaining yield on it just from holding it. So for me, that's an edge that nobody has at the moment. Like, we need to have something that no one else has. I think we need to, if that makes sense, or, you know, really think about what our stablecoin is as a product and why people would invest in it. You know, over USDC or USDT.
Yep. Agreed. I mean, something to add. Just some thought really for everyone here, right? Okay, is, you know, what do people think, right? You know, everyone agrees there's gonna be a massive, you know, growth within the stablecoin market, right? Huge. What do people think that they're going to be using stablecoins for? Okay, you know, it's probably going to be more than just a store of wealth, right? What's it going to be used for? Day-to-day transactions, or, I mean, you know, the growth is huge, right? That they're forecasting. I mean, what do you think, Redline, that, you know, the usage is going to be moving forward? Do you think it's going to be just a store of value, or do you think it's going to be more?
I do think it definitely will be used for payments and become more mainstream, and be accepted as payments, you know, like fiat currency would be. But I think the other side of that, right, is that if you want your currency to be something that's accepted as payments, you know, for the regular user, not the DeFi one who wants to stay anonymous or whatever, like, it'll have to be at least compliant. You know, like compliant with MiCA and stuff like that. So that will mean you have to have one-to-one backing of dollars in the bank for the stable coins you issue. And so that's why I was trying to figure a way to work around that and do it in a decentralized manner. So if you were to take USDC, like, they're fully backed one-to-one with dollars or euros in the bank, depending on their stable. So if you back yourself fully with that, you're technically compliant because there is dollars in the bank to back up your stable coin. and you still maintain anonymity, and you still maintain decentralization. Do you know what I mean? And then you just grow the decentralized assets through the yield, and hopefully then after a few years, like the collateral backing of decentralized assets would be a significant portion of the collateral set. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. But I do think we really need to think about the use cases for it. You know, I think more about recovery. Think about making money, and if we make money and we think that way, like the recovery will come. We might generate enough money to actually perform the recovery ourselves. Because for us to fix USTC, like you're talking 100 million to back it to market price minimum, and you're talking 5 billion to market to back it to back it to the dollar. And like the only way you're ever going to dream about generating that money is you're going to have to compete with the likes of Athena and Tether and USDC. And to do that, you have to provide a product that big money will invest in. They want, like, big money will only invest, they generally invest in relatively safe stuff. Do you know what I mean? So for me, if we're going to go down the stablecoin route, like Athena, like they're an over collateralized asset. Like so they, like, you could go down that route and compete with them, but I think we could go better again. Like I think if we provide a yield bearing stable, and the other thing then is, as you over collateralize, is say we have the full range of Terra stables. Now, I wouldn't suggest allowing all them open at the moment, but like as you maybe collateralize over, like maybe 30 or 40% over collateralize, you could start opening up other currencies then, and backing them with the more decentralized assets, because a lot of those other tokens, there isn't a fiat counterpart, or there's no say other stable token competitor there for them. I just think we need to kind of find a USP and a competitive edge and try work on that. But whatever we do, like if it's not something that you'd suggest that you'd invest in yourself, or that you'd suggest to a friend to invest in, like it's not really a product. It's something for us then. It's not something for the wider market. Like I think Lunc in general, like we focus a lot inwardly and on recovery and stuff like that, which is fine. But if we focus solely on recovery, and what we need to recover is making money, we need to focus on making money, whatever way that is. Whether we do 150% over collateralized model, 1-to-1 model, it doesn't matter. But we need to pivot to making money and having that be our focus. And the thing is as people in the chain start making money, other people start copping on to that as well, and that's what will drive people to invest in Terra again.
Vision.
So, hi guys.
Hey, Nick.
Is you okay?
Yeah, I wanted to barge in because I agree with everything that's being said here, but we also have a different approach that we've been using, and I think all of Layer 2 has been using, and it's been extremely productive. And there's multiple ways to get to Rome here. I understand a way to reduce our debt is to reduce the supply, and we can do that by having more on-chain volume. You know, initially I created Cookie as just a burn token, a token that was burning LunaClassic on every trade. And in the last 15 days, we burned 45 million Lunc because we have a 1.5% trading tax, and we've had days of over $80,000 to $90,000 in trading volume. So, and this is just one project, right? And this one project is actually building so much utility for LunaClassic that entices people to come trade on chain. Like, I'll give you an example. We've created 17 trading pools, okay, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Shiba Inu, Pepe, Floki, Pax Gold, Binance, Atom, XRP, and you can trade these all the time, right? But what this does is it brings off-chain tokens on-chain. People use the wormhole to bridge those assets back on-chain. And now they come trade Cookie, and in the process burn LunaClassic, right? So we actually have one of the strongest liquidity pools out of all the liquidity pools on LunaClassic at the moment. We've passed up TerraSwap and Terport and Juris as well. Like, we've had a lot of work going into these, and that's not even accounting for all 16 other pools in our main LunaClassic pool, right? And on top of that, you know, we're building solutions, you know, more and more products. We have a team that's building something called Cookie Pay right now, and that's integrating crypto payments for WooCommerce websites, right, for IRL use of stuff. So that's absolutely outstanding. They actually made their first transaction and they figured it out. So we're able to like create a eBay-like store, but for crypto, right? So it's pretty fantastic. And then came the idea of doing a little bit more with Cookie, and we got into the whole metaverse thing. And that's where we met Antier Solutions, who are building this metaverse with us, but Cookie will be the currency for the metaverse. So now Cookie becomes a hyper-deflationary asset for the LunaClassic blockchain. You know, like I said, last week in 15 days we burned 45 million. How much more can we burn if we 100x our trading volumes, right? Like our liquidity pools are growing fast, so we're able to handle more transaction volume every single day. And same thing for all these projects. Every single layer 2 transaction charges 0.5%, and that funds the community pool and burns Lunc. You know, we do need to burn USTC, but we do need to burn Lunc too if you want to attempt this peg, because you can't have such a huge disparity between both. You have to burn both of it. So that's what we've been trying to create. We've been trying to create this safe haven of traders, and that's what FRG Universe created. We have 9 tokens available for people and for stablecoin solution. So one of the tools that we created is with PaxG, because gold it holds his wealth a little bit more. So we decided to mix stablecoin with token bonding curve, where we will have $100 gold peg stablecoin. Well, we don't call it a stablecoin, we call this a flex coin. And its value will be $100. It will be pegged to 1 gram of gold. Okay? The exceeding value, let's say 1 gram of gold equates $85. Then you would have $15 in cookies that would go into the equation. Okay? And let's say when they go to sell and it goes up to 1 gram equals $100, then they get $100 back. If they get a dollar value, they don't get you know, a certain amount of gold or a certain amount of cookies. It's going to fluctuate, but it's always going to be equal to $100. So this is how we are going to create this currency that we'll be able to utilize in the metaverse and have a non-fluctuating currency. But this is also going to be you're buying gold, right? Gold-backed currency, and we're going to have up to 120% over collateralized. So we're always going to be actively purchasing gold with the cookie tax and with everything else that we do, all else that we. Whoop. Sorry about that, guys. So this is our approach as well to helping these repeg efforts. You know, like we got other solutions that can make us have to be able, that we can actually offer lower yields because we have less debt, right? So that layer 2 is generating, and you build stuff that makes it fun for people to come and build on chain or come to the metaverse, right? We put a proposal yesterday. We're working with Antier Solution. They can update our SDK blockchain to 50.9. Okay, they made us a proposal, and that'll re-enable IBC. And that'll, like, we have IBC Connect. You know, Frag has let me know that, you know, we already have that, but this will simplify IBC Connect for everybody else. And really, we need to upgrade our blockchain. I mean, geez, we can't keep building on an unupdated blockchain. So these are all things that layer 2 are doing, you know, and there's a lot of stuff that's happening, but like, we're all a team working towards making Lunc great again, and this is how we're going to do it. So appreciate all the work being done for Ceramic Protocol, everybody working, Redline, appreciate you, man. I love your voice. It's freaking awesome. Sometimes it takes me a couple of seconds to understand what you say, but
No matter.
I really appreciate all your knowledge.
I've got a couple more questions on USTC, but maybe we can talk about Juris, and then we'll come back to some of the USTC questions or Repeg questions. Juris has had some sneak peek to the upcoming protocol UI, so you guys can check that out. Thanks, Juris and David, for working on that. So yeah, chill, Juris. Hello, floor is yours.
Yes, so I've posted the sneak peek tweet to the, what is it called? The Nest, I think. So yeah, David and I and Frank, actually, who can't be here tonight, we had some meetings together in the recent days. So backend and front end is being worked on. And I think we have finished 3 or 4 subpages from the landing protocol. The landing page from the website itself, it's finished and needs to be coded. Yeah, I'm finalizing documentation, so that's going on. I guess big thanks to David for helping us with this. I made, what can I share with you guys? I made a deal for coding the front end within budget, so that's being done. I think David has his hand up. You can just speak, mate.
Yeah, hi, hello, hi everybody. I wanted to comment on other stuff, but since we are shilling Juris, I can only say that the cooperation was great, and what LL published today is just small sneak peeks. So this is just parts of sub pages that you can see. The actual landing page is like 5 or 10. 10 maybe it's too much, but 5 at least X time longer than what you actually can see there. And those couple of sub pages that we got is just the beginning. So this is the first time that actually anybody can see how Juris will look like. I told this in your last space, Rocko, and now we've got it, and there will be way more of that. So I hope that people who are confused what is happening, at least they can see something tangible, something visual that can tell them, yeah, things are happening. So stay tuned. There will be way more of that, and then way more of that, and functionality meets form and professional ways. So I'm happy. Let's just work further. Teamwork makes great work, and I guess later I would like to comment on a couple of things people said, Redline and Leonardo, but I will do it once we'll get back to USTC.
Thanks, David. So yes, front end is being worked on. What else can I tell you guys? In the background, we're working on getting the marketing campaigns set up for this year. I'm working on the documentation together with Duncan and Nick, or Tech, I think is his name, who's our new team member. And while working on documentation, I figured that a lot of the stuff, like we have to, how do you say that, fine tune, like some of the inner workings of the protocol. I'm in contact with Frank about backend. He always reaches out and says like we have an edge case or something where we need to take a look at. So yeah, in the back, a lot of stuff is happening. I've been a little bit silent. I had some private stuff going on, so apologies for that. But we just wanted to assure you guys that work is being done within budget and everything is going okay. And hopefully we can update you with more. And I also want to add something about the dashboard because we're still waiting on it. I've seen a live demo of the dashboard, how it works, of the IBC swap section. And Frag and I are going to deploy the vesting contracts. Like there is one for the liquid airdrop that needs to be filled up, and one for the private investor, or the business investor rather, who made the OTC deal with us. And then hopefully within the next days we can finalize the dashboard and make an announcement about it. So yeah, that's my updates for now. Maybe I should say that we are still talking to VCs, or like one potential VC, let's say, or guys that are interested to work with us. And we're also talking to exchanges, but it's all going slower than expected. So we just have to wait a little bit. And that's updates from my side. David, you want to say something?
Well, I guess I've said everything. I focus on UX UI design of Juris, and this is my job. I don't go deeper into other stuff. So I support what you do and believe in this. It just takes time, and no wonder it's not like a small tool. You can see just by the size of those teaser graphics, those portfolio pages for borrowing. There are many sections, many functionalities, many options. Many things to display. So it's not like a tool that you can just swap from one coin to the other. A lot of things that needs to be considered, and each brainstorming workshop session we have, each new things comes up, a new idea, a new way to upgrade something. So this is work in progress. This is how it's done. And you've decided to make it all transparent, which has got its positives and negatives, but people will find out soon enough when it will be ready that it was worth the wait. So not much more updates from my side. Just I'm happy that people can already see something visual.
Yeah, thank you. And I maybe I should add something, because the price is down, and I was told by some people that like I was asked whether I'm abandoning the project, or DJ also told me I always sound like not enthusiastic about the project on Spaces. So I want to assure you guys, I'm actually super happy with the progress, because I'm seeing stuff that most of the public doesn't see, like what work is happening in the back end. Like I'm talking to Frag. He's working on the lending pools. I think I forgot to say that he's working on the lending pool contracts right now. So I'm super happy. I didn't even think we will get this far last year when we started. So for me, everything is fine. I'm super excited. And at some point, I might buy something, but I'm not going to say any price point or something, because that would be like not okay, I guess. So to me, everything is fine. Like obviously, it sucks for people that bought like at the top. I can understand, but yeah, it just is what it is. Like I'm not dumping. I don't think anyone from the team is dumping. So yeah, I'm not too worried or anything. I'm not going to leave or go anywhere. Like we have the budget. So far, everything is going pretty smooth. So yeah, that's and I'm not bearish on my own project or anything like that. So yeah, I just wanted to add that for people so I don't get DMs.
I think that's just the German accent, though. I don't think you guys ever sound excited about anything.
Well,
Yeah, maybe
facial
it's,
expression is also one thing. If you were able to see LL on the video calls when he's working, sometimes everybody has got a worse day, but usually he's smiling, having fun. So those spaces have limitations because you can just hear the voice and German accent too, I guess.
LL has to dox himself to pump Juris. Is what you're saying, David?
He will one day. Let me tell you.
yeah, probably. Maybe it helps. I don't know, to see the face. And when I talk to my German mates, I didn't get the same complaints. So maybe it's really just an being foreigner thing.
Well, thanks for the update. Yeah, the chart is, I guess, it's at support. It's slightly lower than support, similar to Lunc, I guess. Yeah, hopefully, like once we see Hype Mania, I think I said that once we have the testnet launch, people can actually see what we're talking about and start using it. Leading up to that, I think that's when we'll see the next big Juris hype. You can try and time it. Usually, even though I trade and at my desk, I struggle to time. you might want to get a bag. I'll do some shilling for you, hello. Right, David?
Yeah, I forgot to say I also bought from the staking rewards and the commission of the validator.
Yeah, we
So
buy back
I bought
and
from
the people that are staking on Juris validator buy back and burns.
Yeah, so far the validator, I think it has like 80 million Juris to be burned. So the lower the chart goes, the more we can burn. At least it has something good.
Cool. We'll go to David and then Vegas.
Yeah, so can I say a couple of things about what guys said before about USTC? Is it about the time, Rocko?
Yeah, I think so. We can talk about USTC. Rexy had to drop off. He was going to show Selenium, but I think there's like a Selenium space.
Vegas will show Selenium.
But yeah, let's talk about USTC.
Vegas is good at shilling Selenium, so he'll do it. Just give me a couple of minutes. So I wanted to say 4 things, actually, quick things, hopefully. So first thing to Leonardo, go for CP money and don't look back. There is like 1 million at community pool. There was like 2 million already. It is like all this money is just sitting there and being wasted for 3 years. Well, no, maybe not 3 years, because first year and a half it was used, but last year and a half is just sitting there and doing nothing. So go for CP money and don't look back. Don't be worried. If you're doing good thing, you will get support, and this money needs to be used or it'll be wasted. So this is one. The second thing, I don't know if you guys, you, Leonardo and Redline, if you ever had a chance to make a video call together, but it seems like you should really. You should like spend 2 or 3 hours just talking and discussing ideas, not on Telegram or X Spaces, but you seem to be very knowledgeable and you can learn so much from the one and from the other. So you definitely should make a call, or even more. Lunc and LunaClassic will benefit from this. If you did not do it yet, I guess you should. And the third thing is, I really like to say kudos to Redline for thinking outside of box. This is actually the first time since long time in LunaClassic somebody is thinking outside the box, I would say, because if you look at CoinMarketCap and lending and borrowing, category, there is like currently 77 tokens and coins for lending protocols. If you look at synthetic assets, there is like 37. If you look at metaverses, there is like 286. This is just CoinMarketCap. I'm not funding those projects. I hope that Juris and Selenium and Luncverse from FRG will be great success. But those are tools that already exist, right? And this yield-bearing stablecoin that you told us today, this is something that will be new as far as I know. So this is certainly thinking outside of a box, and this is what LunaClassic should do to succeed in terms of L1. So kudos to you, and also kudos to Nicholas and FRG for thinking about this and building this gold-backed flex coin. This is also thinking outside of the box. So let's make L2 great, but let's think outside the box and think business. Think in business terms, in terms of LunaClassic, and this is the only way we'll succeed. So this is what I wanted to say, and I'm not USTC specialist or Repeg or anything like this. Just from my business perspective. So kudos and work together, and I'll be listening to the rest of the space.
Thanks, David. Vegas, is your talking point on USTC or something else?
I'm just following on the USTC. I don't know what you guys were talking, but yeah. So I want to speak about many things, but in terms of the USTC, I want to reply to David. I think the dude just speaks some valid points regarding working together and working with the chain in first place, and understanding that together we can do more than separate. So I really encourage the suggestion that David said, that is people to talk with each other. The thing is, if we don't do that, we do not have the support of the outside community. Today I was just sharing that with a couple of people here. To be transparent, I was planning to do an AMA with Binance, with many of us there. They literally they didn't even consider the idea now because we are so divided that they are scared, or at least they think that we are divided. In the past, that was true. Today, I think is not. I think we are trying to find middle grounds here for us to grow together instead of falling apart. And I think we are understanding that if the chain doesn't survive, none of us and L2 solutions they will not survive as well. So. Yeah, I think David, you are absolutely on point here. That says that we have to communicate more and more and more with each other to make this a reality. So yeah, I want to add more stuff, but I don't want to break.
What happened with Binance Vegas? I'm not aware of that.
No one is. It's like Rexis is because Rexis is here. I spoke with him. I just opened my heart with him. It's just. Rexis told me, mate, you should do an AMA with Binance. And on the beginning, I was always trying to do that type of things, yeah. And we did with KuCoin, we did with Max, we did with Binance. And because we have a massive community that was all united, they will say when and who is coming. That's it. Yeah. And no questions asked. So 3 years ago, that was a reality. Today, because of events between 3 years ago and now, that the community starts having that goes on Twitter and stuff, they see this. And they see the division, and it's going to take time and effort to re-educate them that we are again united with one flag, that is to make LunaClassic great again. So at the moment the doors are not completely closed, but they are not fully open like they were 3 years ago.
Okay. No, yeah, that's true. And if you're not together, then the Binance and people won't take us seriously. So I think we're seeing a lot more of that though now. A lot of together.
You know what? It annoyed me so much that I start reaching out to other factions. I hate the word factions, but yeah. And I just said to the dudes, we have to start thinking together, or at least try to communicate, because all of us in the end want the best for LunaClassic. And we have to put the emotions on the side. And I was really surprised, today, to realize that the door is open from everyone else from that it didn't agree with me in some points. And I think we will, better than survive, we will thrive, we will grow with all of this. So as soon as we can start really showing to the outside community that we are united, to the inside community is going to be very easy, because it's going to be a couple of weeks and people are going to realize, okay, these guys are all in line. If it's because of the USTC Repeg, because for example, it's 3 persons here, and we have Red, we have Leonard, you have me here. The 3 of us have different types of ideas for the Repeg. Mate, the best idea, I will support it. The one that goes and risks, I will support it. Let's do things right. And I believe that from the 2 other sides, the same is real as well. Because all of us, we want to Repeg. I do not care who name is there that will find a solution for this, And for a while, I think we were too keen of me, and now we are understanding that is no me, is us, and as soon as this can be showed outside of the community as well, we will have that same maze again with big players like KuCoin, Max C, with Binance. They will come again, and will be easy for us to grow individually with our projects on L2, like Juris, Selenium, Terport, so many other ones. But more important than that, the whole chain will grow with us being united. And I have to give the first kudos here to the zombie that I just hear the 50 seconds of Lunatic 69. That I think he needs another holiday. He was so tired. But I have to give the kudos as well to Rexis because of the effort of these two specific dudes, because they are doing an amazing job of putting the differences to the side and thinking on the end goal, that is for TerraClassic to more than survive, to grow and to go to places that we should be years ago, like top 10.
Well, I think the only way we're going to do that is if we start to treat all the L2 projects, they're treated like businesses. They make money, they generate money, but our L1 doesn't do that. And we need to pivot. I know we want to recover, but for us to recover properly, we really need to start making money and then put that towards recovery. We just need to pivot our thinking, I think. But
100%, 100%. Is if you go to the governance, I'm pretty sure that you went more times than me. To previous to the PEG events, Duke One and his team, TFL, they were throwing money away, money that they win from being profitable from whatever they were doing, like the market model and other situations. At the moment, we don't have that tools, and I think we have to make sure that they are alive, because the burn tax is there. Yeah, burn tax is making us survive, but at some point we have to get rid of the burn tax. But the only way that we can get rid of the burn tax is when we put something in place that will make the chain profitable, so we can then inject funds so the chain can grow more and more and more.
Yeah, it's just because I think over the last 2 or 3 years we really focused on recovery rather than making money, if that makes sense. We were always about trying to recover USTC back to 1 or recover, burn down Luna supply. But if we're realistic about it, the only way we're going to do that is by generating money. And I know it mightn't seem right, but if from outside of TerraClassic, they don't look on us favorably. We're sort of a joke in the crypto world. I know it's not nice to hear, but we are. And we need to get people looking in thinking we're a joke, to start thinking, hang on a second, these boys are clever, they're making money.
100%, mate. 100%. I'm going to open again. Fuck me. I'm today. Another conversation. Kraken. So today I have a conversation with one of the members of Kraken. Yeah, and I was literally just saying to the dude, mate, things are going well. Yeah, TerraClassic is now doing things right. We have these 3 projects. They are ready to list on the platform. Let's go. And the platform basically said that the trust is not there for TerraClassic to list any projects on L2 on Kraken. And still, the door is not completely closed. Yeah, it still send me some tools. I will try to explore that tools, but was not like before. It's exactly like you said. People are not taking it serious enough, and mainly comes from the emotional fights that we have here and there. But another thing is exactly that: is the chain itself. It doesn't show that it's growing. It's just surviving. It's not exactly just surviving. We are doing something. We are building. We are making sure that we are in pair with the rest of Cosmos. We are trying to do more and more and more. It's not easy. We have the question, for example, of the links of the CoinMarketCap going back and further. It seems that we cannot agree in nothing, and that's a problem for our side. They think we are just kids, And mate, I'm 40 years old. I'm not no kid, and I believe that you are not a kid as well. Yeah, Rexis, jump in. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think this is. I think this conversation is massively important, And I think for many people, I mean, for me, it's absolutely really welcome news. Now, although I know what you're talking about isn't necessarily the most positive of things in some perspectives, however, to be able to move forward, you've got to understand what the problems are. And perception of the outside community of Terra Classic is a massive problem. And it's something, I've been aware of for quite some time because I've been having lots of meetings with people outside of Terra Classic over the last year or so. But I think a lot of people don't actually understand what that perception really is. So, thank you for raising that. The other thing is regards to the conversations that you've had, as you just said, with Kraken, have they been a little bit more specific in terms of what they need to give them the confidence that they can have some trust in Terra Classic and therefore to list projects?
100 grand in
not at all.
liquidity.
No, not at all. So Kraken, Binance, Gate.io, if I'm not mistaken, Bybit, they do not work with that type of requisites. Oh my gosh, my English is bad. They work on the project is good, is not good, or they work on momentum like memcoins and stuff like that. So Red, I think on that, these specific exchanges, they have different requisites. Of course, you can just inject a couple of millions there, and they will list it for free. They will list it straight away. I mean, on our situation, for example, Kraken itself, no, they didn't point the stuff officially. They just point to the same stuff as Binance was pointing, or basically, I cannot say Binance. I have to say one employee from Binance. That is the trust is not there. So the trust on Terra Classic is not there. Not that is lost completely, is that it's just guys, the thing that was more strong for us. Yeah. If you I don't know if any of you guys jump on his memcoin tokens, whatever, yeah, you see the coin going up, yeah, on the Solana tokens going up, and then it goes down straight away. So they are just going on that momentum, and then they lose all the community, and everything is just scamming us, being scammed, and they just go away. We did the opposite. We just saw, okay, we went down. We are not going to allow for this to happen. We cannot send a message to crypto that one project doesn't work, let's open another one. So we all rally, yeah, to find solutions to solve the problem. And that was the first time that this happened, and the community was super united. That's why we got so many big players like influencers, centralizing changes, all of these players asking, what the fuck are you guys doing? Okay, I want to be part of that, because the community was all united, yeah, and we start losing that. Yeah, and now we are regaining it again, but it will take a tiny bit of time to show to outside that we regain the community, you know. So yeah, I think in terms of the Kraken is Kraken, Binance, and some other ones. If we can show that the community is united, we can get that trust back. But what Red said is important as well. We have to show that the community is united, but we need to be somehow profitable as a chain. We need to be somehow able to show that we can do stuff, not just doing the individual projects, because none of these projects will survive if the chain is somehow not profitable. So yeah, but Rex is basically trust and community.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. So it's qualitative type measures as opposed to quantitative, isn't it?
Exactly, mate. But I think we have a really big opportunity here to show to the outside community that we here, yeah, and we are solving problems. And I think even before the conversations that I got today and yesterday, like in weeks, I think we are already doing that. We are slowly starting to regain the connections that we once lost. For example, Lunatic 69, yeah, Rexis. The other dudes, Reds, I never have any problem with him. Leonard, Nicholas, David. I'm just Duncan, that sometimes we don't see eye to eye. I don't know. I'm just going around and see people here that at some point we were almost calling each other names, you know. and today we are here doing a space, and if we can do that, the rest of the community can as well. And from the other side, that still I still see some reservations. I think today they were broken, or I don't know if it's today or yesterday because I didn't sleep. So I don't know. I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling it again that we can make this work. I think if we understand that the problem is simple as having a chain that is organized and that starts by having an organized community, man, that's super simple. We did it 3 years ago. We can do it again.
Dude, I'm 100% on that with you, dude. And I think we gotta like hang on to this identity that we are the people's own blockchain, and this is why we've put our differences aside to work towards a common cause. Like there's no organization in the world that does this global collaboration towards a common cause. Like there isn't one. So we're attempting something that's really grand, that's really much bigger than what anybody's ever attempted. But like we're gonna get there much faster because we're gonna collaborate together. And this thing is gonna be exponential. Like I don't really care about the numbers and the deflationary stuff, because like it's all offer and demand. If you have more demand for the currency than there was before, then you can have more tokens in circulation. It's not a problem. So we just need to create that hype, create that love and that need and that want for that currency of the people. There's only one. It's not Bitcoin. It's Lunc, because it's the one that you own when you own the currency. So we just need to hang on to that and preach that and make that, come to life. And then people are going to come to discover, they're going to want to be part of this new journey.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, Matt. You are super right. It's like I still believe that deflation is somehow important, but is what it is. I'm not going to fight back if you have a better plan on the situation, because you are right in the topic of saying that is supply and demand. So if the demand is too big, it doesn't mean that other chains have trillions of coins or quadrillions of coins. I mean, and they are still better than us, So. We and I still identify that tiny bit of a problem that today might be 1%. It will be the supply, but again, the important part is the chain itself and the community to be united and to follow a dream. That is the goal of making this chain. Mate, at some point we were $60 billion chain. Yeah, mirror protocol that today Selenium is trying to take its place was 3 times the market cap of Terra Classic. So Terra Classic is what, 500 million at the moment. Yeah, mirror protocol was 1.5 billion USD. So it's so much space to grow, so much to go in a way that, in a way, everyone can eat. Everyone can grow on this space. Everyone can make sure that they can be profitable if we all just go on the same direction. And I speak to myself as well. If because you guys know, burn tax was my baby. Burn tax was something that I on the beginning I truly believed that was going to work. Today I understand it's just a tool to make things working. Okay, we need to pay the developing. We need to make sure that we are still deflational. We need to make sure that the Oracle pool is still have some funds for the staking system and taking funds from the circulation supply. Is enough? Of course not. We need more. And can we get rid of the burn tax at the moment? Not until we have something in place that will put the burn tax to sleep, But I'm really open to see something that connects somehow a USTC, somehow a Repeg, somehow something that will allow us to my dream will be to have the market model open, but somehow something that will take the place of the burn tax that makes more sense.
Right, thanks, Vegas. I love it was like a speech today, Vegas. You're trying to rally the troops together in LunaClassic. This is one of the reasons why we do these spaces. It brings different people together. And I've reached out to Leonardo for these spaces. Because previously, I know Rexy and LL was always in these spaces. I've also reached out to, again, I won't name names, but people that usually you probably don't get on with, or this looked at as like different sections of the community. So we'll hopefully have spaces with them as well, or bring them on these spaces. Right, guys, we'll start going around and hear your final thoughts. So one thing from me is I'll be doing a Sunday spaces. I mentioned it last week. I'll be doing like a sort of meme coin AI type spaces. Obviously Lunc's going to be there, so hopefully we'll show some of the projects, Juris, Selenium, Cat with Hat, Cookie, or other meme coins that are there. We'll also bring on other coins that are going on as well. So meme coins are crazy. We touched on Solana literally like making a crazy amount of fees through Pump.Fund coin. So that space is on Sunday, 7 p.m. So make sure you tune into that. So make sure you follow myself. Also, guys, if you listen to the spaces, do like and share. Follow the people that are here as well: Juris, Rexy, Redline, Leonardo, Vegas, David, all the people that come on and speak. Do follow them as well. So that's it from me. We'll go around and like hear the final thoughts. So we'll start with Rexy. Rexy, how you doing? Final thoughts? You've come back again.
Yeah, thank you, Vegas, for everything you've kind of said today. I think I pretty much agree with everything that you've come out with, and it's nice to hear the energy behind it, but also rational, kind of rational kind of discussion as well. I'm not saying you aren't normally, but it's just something good to hear. So I guess in response to some of the last things you kind of said, which are, I think, really important, and I'm going to link them to current events that are going on in the world, or my perception of them. So the United States has just appointed a new president, and he's been sworn in. I think most of us will have heard of that, Trump. Now, Trump, to many people's point of view, probably won't be seen as the best politician in the world, even though he's got to the top, I suppose you would say. But he's very unconventional. However, where he is pretty conventional is applying business ethics to governance. Now, not everybody agrees with this kind of approach, but it's certainly his approach, and he takes a very transactional approach to dealing with people, i.e., if this isn't going to make America better, then I'm not interested. And that's pretty much what his tagline is. So if you think what he's just done in this last few days, and of course we're all kind of cheering for his opinion of kind of crypto and adopting it, and making sure that the United States has got a Bitcoin treasury, which has just been kind of announced as well, or the intention. However, what he's also done, he's rallied the business leaders behind him. So if you think of the United States government as being L1, and you think as the business leaders as being L2, so you've got Google in there, you've got Elon Musk, Amazon, all these, fantastically rich people from rich businesses that was created through layer 2, so to speak. He's harnessed them to drive forward the economy of the United States in a bid to raise, the amount of kind of manufacturing and production within the country to bring in more money. And he says, on the basis of that, we will absolutely give you the lowest taxation jurisdiction in the world if you take if the goods that you build them in America. And if you apply that logic to TerraClassic and think, okay, we can have a low tax environment, but actually we'll use L2 to generate the demand for the coins. Doesn't matter how many coins are in circulation. We'll put that to one side for a minute. If you get the demand for people to use TerraClassic and Lunc, people will come here. And just the fact that people are buying Lunc rather than selling it, that will drive the price up massively. More than what we could, dream of burning, or more than the impact we could have from burning over the last 2 years. However, them L2 projects, what they'll also do is they'll generate gas fees. And some of them will also kind of, burn TerraClassic as well through buyback schemes. So I think this is something that Juris was looking to do. It's probably something that Selenium will do, although I'm not sure. And it's certainly something that Terport will do. And if you look at the casino, Terra Casino, it's probably got the biggest volume on TerraClassic of any application at the minute. Okay. And it burns, as an application, I think more than any other application on TerraClassic. However, it doesn't have massive community support, but if it did do, and it had the support and it grew to a level such as like stake.com has, now the amount of money that stake.com makes, that would mean that TerraClassic would be able to buy back and burn so much Lunc that actually you would have that massive kind of buy back and burn effect, which would help drive up prices even further. And to put this into context, and I'll sign off in a minute. Terra Casino works with a background group of developers called Aldeo, and Aldeo have other casinos that they work with as well. And I'm not going to mention the chain, but there's one in particular, which is another community, a crypto community. It generates something like a couple of $1 million worth of profit every month because their community is engaged with the casino and promoting it and things like that. So they generate a massive amount for that chain. Our Terra Casino, it's a fraction of that. It's, magnitudes less than that because the community doesn't really support it. So we've got tools here. We've got decentralized exchanges. We've got launch pads. We've got lending and borrowing coming on with Juris. We've got synthetic assets. We've got NFT marketplaces. We've got Lunc Metaverse. We've got no end of things that have been built here that can attract a community and give them an economic place to actually, use Lunc, but we just need to work together to promote it. So rather than us all kind of thinking our own project has got to thrive, we've got to look at the synergistic benefits that can be derived from us all working together. So something that I do, because I believe in trying to deliver what I preach, is I do what I can to promote other projects. So I promote Juris Protocol. I'm not part of the team. I mean, I've got a bag of it. I've got a bag of Selenium. I've got a bag of virtually everything in the bloody ecosystem because that helps kind of drive me forward and keep me motivated. But it's because I believe that by working together, you can have a lot bigger voice and you will become considered as a thriving ecosystem that other people want to join by working together.
I guess these spaces as well, Rex. Obviously, I'm shilling sort of Juris the most, and some of the meme coins I'm in, or partnering up with you with Terra Casino. But I bring on other people as well, and I've not been paid by Selenium or Cookie, but we talk about other projects as well. And I open this to other people as well. So if you guys want to come up and talk, these weekly spaces that we do, usually on a Thursday or Sunday, I guess we do slightly different spaces, but on a Sunday as well, if you guys want to come on, it's a great opportunity to engage with people. And there's so many cool things that are happening. It's up to you to shill it. And I think with marketing wise, Juris, hopefully we're doing a good job, but there's other projects that are being built, meme coins. You guys could do a lot more with marketing. And I'm not just saying about me, there's other LunaClassic influencers. Go reach out to them, partner up with them, like create YouTube content, Twitter content, TikTok. I mean, TikTok is another one. Like I was looking at some, and I've just sort of ignored TikTok a little bit, but looking at some of the Solana projects, they're doing really well engaging through TikTok. So there's lots of opportunities, like how Redline was thinking outside the box today with some of the USTC stuff. And I love Redline's new approach of like making money rather than just saying burn, pump. I love that sort of business approach. There's lots of stuff you can do outside the box to promote and market your coin. But no, thanks Rex for that. Redline.
Thank you.
Hi, Rocko. Just to reiterate, I think like we as a chain should sort of pivot towards making money and providing something that no other chain has. This chain was originally about being decentralized money, and part of the thing the crash did actually is make it truly decentralized because TFL did have a lot of holdings before. And so I suppose with the approach that I was suggesting is that to entice people here, we're going to give away money. And where that money is going to come from is essentially it's going to be leaked from other chains like Ethereum and those other markets. So we're going to take the liquidity out of those markets and give it away on Terra Classic. And by doing that, you will bring people here because you're giving away free money and you're taking it from other chains to do so, if that makes sense. I just think whatever way we go, we need to kind of have a serious think about pivoting to making money, and we can use that money then to recover rather than just being recovery focused, because what the recovery actually needs is money thrown at it.
Thanks, Redline.
And that's kind of everything.
look forward to speaking to you more about USDC. I'll message you about the USDC liquidity pools as well on Uniswap. So maybe I'll play around with it. So yeah, I'll speak to you later in the week. Leonardo, thanks for joining again. Look forward to hearing from you in February. Anything else you want to add to the discussions of today?
Well, I'm playing Path XL2 at the moment. I'm one of the world's best players, but that's a different story, right? Yeah, just to add, really, I mean, something that Red Line, actually posted yesterday that kind of blew my brains, right, is the TPS that's capable of, within like Lunc, right, 24K. I mean, that's transactions per second. That's like huge. One of the things that's going to happen, irrelevant of what we do, is the mass adoption of crypto. That's definitely here. It's going to happen in 5 years' time. The market will be so much bigger than it is today. The thing to know, about Classic, is it has the technology to go with it. It has the technology. It's robust enough. It's advanced enough, to be a crypto for the mass market at a global level. And there aren't many tokens cryptos that can actually do that. In fact, there are quite a few. So the technological foundation is there to support growth. It's a great space. Thanks for inviting me. Hopefully I'll have a bit more detail, when it's beginning of February and I've got something more to say. So thanks for your time.
Cheers.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, reach out to me once you've got more update and we can bring you back on again. David and then Vegas. David.
Yeah, thank you, Rocko, and thank you others for this, I think, productive space. Very good one. So my last words, I want to refer to what my profession is, my expertise, and my specialization. So, in the branding is surely a process of building reputation. And today, a couple of you told us how outside people, view TerraClassic. Meme coin or joke coin or dead coin or factions or only dramas. This is how people outside of TerraClassic view us. And in order to build a branding or build proper reputation, there are a couple of multiple things that you need to do. But there are two things certainly that easily can be done. First one is visual identification. TerraClassic still looks like part of TFL, an old thing that did not change since crash. And the second thing is digital presence. So once again, things that I'm doing in my professional life, building a professional website, and this is something that still TerraClassic does not have. So if you want to change branding, if you want to change how people view us, all of the things that you are building and doing is truly important. But there are other things like marketing and all of those things that I've said right now. So do not forget about this. This is my final words for today. Thank you once again.
Okay, thanks, David. Vegas, last but not least.
Yeah. Thank you, mate, for the space. You are truly amazing to gather all of these people together. Juris, Rexis, Red, Leonardo, and David, and so many other ones here. Oh, Trev, you. Well, Rexis, you say hard. I was thinking, okay, this guy is final words, and he's going to start talking about the president. I was going, oh my gosh.
When I have phone calls with Rexy, goes on to hours, and I'm like, Rexy, let's focus back on what we're talking about.
No, but in the end, he said something very important. That is the president is the L1, the businesses like Google and stuff who are L2, and Google wants to go to America because it's attractive, and L1 needs to be attractive as well. And I think all of us here did valid points. Leonard, David, Red, of course, all of us did really good points regarding that, because yes, we need to be profitable. Yes, we have to have identity. Yes, we have to think out of the box. And yes, we have to give options like retail as well for the community. For example, today, I don't know if Rex has told you, but I overbooked. So I was on another space, not a space, an AMA, on the outside of the community, with people from in crypto stuff, but it's not just connected to one specific blockchain. And I was trying to explain how the press sale of Selenium was going, what the protocol was all about, the ability of buying, selling stocks, commodities, all of that good stuff. Yeah. By the way, the press sale is going well. And was very difficult to explain that LunaClassic was still alive. They were not understanding. Yeah, they were thinking that Luna V2 was all of this, and it was. So I have to explain all over again LunaClassic before I can even jump into to the protocol itself. That was the whole reason I was talking about. I was there talking about the Selenium protocol. I was there promoting the press sale. I was there making them understand the ways that they can participate on the protocol, making them understanding that was a testnet already of the protocol, security, all of that. But I lost more time explaining LunaClassic, and that is something that I should not be doing because they should know it already, and we should be on the first page of CoinMarketCap. We should be on the top 10 easily of CoinMarketCap for LunaClassic, and I think if we just think together, we can do that easily. We have amazing protocols coming to life, Juris, Selenium, amazing DEXs, Terport. I will add TerraSwap one day, will be okay as well. Maybe Garuda as well will be an amazing thing as well. But we have Casino. We have so many things here that already makes us work more hard than some other chains. We just need to start working together. And if we start doing that, our life will be much easier because we don't need to do two jobs. We don't need to fight my neighbor. Yeah, I can fight other ones with my neighbor, and that is double force. So I really have to appreciate the effort of key elements here. Trade Rocko, Rexis specifically as well, Lunatic 69, because you guys started a really good revolution in trying to unite the whole community. And my small view, I believe that it all starts there. If we can maintain the community united, we can grow much more. For example, Rexis, now is me, mate. Rexis was saying that stake.com has much more support than a Casino. And that's a shame because we have not as much a community as Solana, but it's really, really, really big, and it should be in line with stake.com. It should not be like a fraction of or a fraction of a fraction of the volumes that they are doing, because in the end, all of these projects, even if they are not burning directly, they utilize transactions, and transactions they pay fees, and fees they get burned. They go to the Oracle pool, they go to the community pool. All of these are very important for the chain. So supporting L2 on the chain is supporting L1 as well, and vice versa. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope that we keep doing this more and more and more, because I truly believe that now we are on the right tracks. And I'm going to be honest, I'm feeling it again. That's it. And thank you so much for allowing that to be possible.
Awesome, Vegas. And that's the other point I was making, like networking with not just LunaClassic, outside the community as well. And that's why I'm starting the other spaces on a Sunday, where I talk to not just about LunaClassic, but bring on other projects. I was talking to an AI project, and I said, what can you do on LunaClassic? Could you do this in LunaClassic? And LunaClassic has got this crazy community. Could this work? So I think that could be really useful. And sharing projects like Juris and Selenium to other ecosystem is going to be really important. I did have one more question. Maybe I'll leave that for Sunday, which is going to be about the Cardano USTC Repeg. So we'll leave that for Sunday. I've been hearing a few things are happening in the background, some validators, and maybe we'll talk about that on Sunday. But Juris, final words from you.
All right. Vegas made me pretty bullish on Lunc. And apart from that, I would just like to say thank you to the community for being patient with us, for hosting Rocko, and Vegas. Nice to listen to you again. I hope next time we can have a chat or something. I'm bullish on Selenium. I hope the launch goes well. And other than that, thank you to David for the design and for the stuff we're still going to build. And big thank you to Hexagon. Today they're not here, but they're our official partners. Check out their wallet, their hosting services if you're interested in becoming a validator on various Cosmos chains. And that's about it from me. Thanks to you all. Oh, and thanks to DJ. He's also listening. So thank you, DJ. Didn't mean to forget you.
Yeah, DJ, make sure you're here on Sunday. We can show meme coins together. I'll send you the link when I post it. We'll talk about America show coins. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead, mate.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So also thank you to Redline. I hope we soon get the CX deal so you can show off your skills. And also thank you to Rexy. That's about it from me. See you next time.
All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you guys Sunday. Good night.